Hey guys, Michael from Fire and Brilliance, and I have a very popular video for you today. And the reason why I say that is because of the popular demand. Many people have reached out to us, and if you don't know already, I've mentioned this in the past, we also operate a jewelry business outside of this webinar called Fire and Brilliance. And many people ask the question, what is a gemstone ratio? A gemstone ratio, if you've never heard of that before, you might want to tune in. But before getting into it, definitely check out our TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, as well as Twitter social media sites. And at the same time, obviously, if you've been following us for a long time here on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, hit the like button. I'm going to get right into it for you. Alright guys, so what is a gemstone ratio? And it sounds very mathematical, and the reason why it does sound mathematical, because it is a mathematical formula, and when people are dissecting the information as to what kind of gemstone they should buy, sometimes you may see a ratio when you're actually searching for a diamond, lab diamond, whatever it is that you're looking for, okay? And it is actually quite important if you're looking for an elongated gemstone, such as a pear, as an emerald, as an oval, because the ratio matters, and I'll explain to you why, okay? So first and foremost, gemstone ratios are, again, directly related to elongated gemstones, and it is important because it, number one, maximizes the gemstone's appearance. So in other words, if you are looking to wear a diamond or a moissanite or anything like that on a ring, on your earrings, on a pendant, or whatever it is that you want to set it on, you want it to really maximize the appearance, because that's exactly what people are going for, is the appearance of the gemstone, how it sparkles, and at the same time how it looks and feels, right? So then why and how does a gemstone ratio matter? So first of all, I want to break down what it is. A gemstone ratio, all it is a mathematical formula when you are measuring the length to width ratio. So for example, if you're measuring the length or the vertical measurements of the gemstone versus the width or the horizontal measurements of the gemstone, and if you divide the two numbers, that makes the ratio. Okay, and that's as simple as it gets. It's not that difficult. It's very simple. The ratio is getting the length divided by the width. And why does that matter? Because if you are purchasing an elongated gemstone, again, such as a pear, an emerald, or a oval, it matters because it will determine how your gemstone may look, right? So the appearance matters in terms of the fire, the brilliance, and at the same time, if there is something called a bow tie. So if you're purchasing a pear gemstone or an oval gemstone specifically, sometimes you may see a bow tie in your gemstone. And what is that? I'll go ahead and provide you a visual here. All that is it looks as if it's a dark shadowy area that's a reflection from within the gemstone that does not have much light shining through it, and it looks as if it's a bow tie. Now, in years past, some people actually do not like it, and it's one of those things where they may not prefer because it has a dark shadowy area within the gemstone. Whereas in today's times, in modern times, many people actually do prefer it because they see it as being unique. So at the same time, we are not here to judge. There is no right or wrong answer. It's really up to you. You do you. You decide whether or not you like the bow tie or not. All I'm doing is providing you information as to why people prefer specific types of ratios, and certain ratios will have a bow tie and some ratios will reduce the bow ties, if not have a bow tie at all. Okay, so when you're shopping for a gemstone and you're looking for the L, and if you see rather the L /W or L over W, all that basic means is the length to width ratio. And again, all you have to do is take the length and width and divide it by each other and get the actual ratio. So the gem cutters use this mathematical ratio for determining the proper patterns for cutting specific rough and to maximize that specific gemstone's appearance. Okay, so first of all, what you want to do is you want to measure the length and width, usually in millimeters. Okay, the second thing that you want to do is take the length of the gemstone divided by the width, and you figure out this ratio. So for example, if it's a 10 millimeter length divided by an 8 millimeter width, then basically it's a 1 1/4 ratio. and that's what you'll see. So 1.25. So if you see these things when you're shopping online, then you'll know what they are now. Okay, so that said, I know that you're kind of confused thinking, well, what does it matter if I see a 1.25 ratio or 1.3 ratio or 1.4 ratio? What does it matter if I see a 9 by 6 millimeter gemstone and have a different ratio? I mean, how does that determine my purchasing decision? And I'll tell you why. Again, the reason why people do that is because it will, number one, maximize the sparkle, number two, maximize the appearance in terms of fire and brilliance, and number three, if you do not prefer the bow tie appearance, then it will either reduce it or eliminate it altogether. Okay, so what you want to look for when it comes to ratios, or the most popular ratios from an excellent cut or a very good cut to an excellent cut when it comes to oval cuts, is about a 1.3 to a 1.6 ratio when it comes to the oval cuts. So now if you're into emerald cuts, then you also want to look for a ratio of anywhere between a 1.3 to a 1.6 ratio. That's anywhere between a very good to an excellent cut. So that really maximizes the appearance of the gemstone. Now, a pear shape is slightly different. If you're looking for a really nice ratio for a pear shape, then you're looking anywhere between a 1.4 to approximately a 1.7 millimeter ratio. Now, again, this is not an exact science. These are just specifications based on gemology, based on research that they've done over the years, and these are just recommended ratios. It doesn't necessarily mean it's an exact science. Every gemstone is different. It's just like your fingerprint. Every gemstone looks different. So one gemstone might appear different even though the ratio is the excellent ratio versus the other. Okay, so many other factors do come in and contribute to the appearance of the gemstone. But in this case, again, the three most popular elongated gemstones are typically emeralds, ovals, and pears. And again, the most preferred ratios for these gemstones for the emerald and the oval is anywhere between 1.3 to 1.6, whereas a pear is anywhere between a 1.4 range to a 1.7 range. Alright guys, so I hope you guys learned something new. These are gemstone ratios. If you've never heard it before, you may want to look into it, especially if you're shopping for a gemstone, a diamond, a moissanite, a lab diamond, a colored stone, whatever it is that you're looking for. You will notice now that there are gemstone ratios in the specifications of most gemstones. Okay, so if you at the same time have been looking for this information, you like what you see here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because if anything at all, it helps out the algorithm, but more importantly, it shows that you support us. Okay, so again, we're also on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as Pinterest, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.